Our next speaker is Linda Sheehan from the United States. Linda is an environmental attorney and the executive director of the Earth Law Center. Previously, she took action on behalf of California's waterways and ocean habitats as the executive director of the California Coastkeeper Alliance. She is a contributing author to Exploring Wild Law, the Philosophy of Earth Jurisprudence, published by Wheatfield Press in 2011. I'm happy to introduce her.
Thank you, Shannon, and thanks to everybody for being here today. I think that some of the things that Shannon and Pablo have been saying illustrate the importance of the Universal Declaration. Why are we here talking about rights of nature and rights of Mother Earth? My experience in California and DC over the years, about 15 years or so, has been in implementing federal law primarily and also state law with regard to water quality and water supply. And I worked very hard at this for a number of years and realized that slowly things were just not getting better. The downward slide was continuing. And after a lot of examination, I realized what we're trying to express to you today is that we have environmental laws with excellent intentions, but they're band-aids because the overarching system, the paradigm that we're living within right now, is relentless in pushing against these environmental laws. Our economic system presumes that we need to maximize individual wealth. We need to maximize private wealth, and that's what our society is geared around. Environmental laws simply cannot compete with that. So rather than tweaking our environmental laws, what we're proposing is we need a new paradigm, a new shift, a new viewpoint in terms of how we live in the world. Our environmental laws accept the paradigm that humans are separate from the natural world, that we can control it, that we should be the masters, and we should use it to maximize our private wealth. But these are all assumptions. We can change these assumptions. We don't need to think this way. We can start to think, as Pablo was saying, about maximizing well-being, about maximizing societal and biological health. And those are assumptions that we can assign metrics to and create a truly sustainable society. We hear a lot about the green economy. That's the main focus here. Sustainable development, the green economy, they suffer from adjective-noun problems, and we should see those words for what they really are. The noun is economy, the noun is development. That's what this focus is, and the way that economy is defined right now is maximizing individual wealth, which means monetizing nature, so we can put a price tag on it, and some people can maximize their wealth, and everybody else is injured by that. But we can change the noun. We can change it to communities. We can have sustainable communities, green communities. And what are communities? Humans and environment, natural communities, human communities, and all of the elements of those that are important to us. So biodiversity, education, family, habitats, all of these things, clean air and clean water, are part of a community. The community is what we want to be healthy. And our economy should serve the community. Right now, our economy is something we are being contorted to serve. And I think that we can choose not to be contorted, have our natural world not be contorted to serve the green economy. So the reason that we're talking about rights today is to be able to contextualize this discussion. If we say the natural world has rights because it came about on this planet along with humans, it has the same rights that we do, our rights are inextricably interwoven, we are able to name the issue for what it is and have a dialogue and have a discussion. And this discussion is happening right now with the outcome document that's being negotiated. There's a new document out that has language in there with regard to rights of Mother Earth, and I would urge everyone to talk to their member states and say the rights of Mother Earth language needs to stay in there because we are part of nature. There are communities around the world that are starting to implement this in law, so we can see it happening and we can point to real, practical, on-the-ground examples. In Ecuador, Natty Green will talk about this, but they are moving forward with rights of nature and have court cases around this. In the United States, communities are starting to pass laws where their waterways have been threatened. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, their waterways had just been cleaned up after many years of effort, and hydrofracking threatened their waterways, threatened their community. And some people were going to maximize private wealth by bringing in hydrofracking, but the community said, no, that's not what we want. We want clean air, clean water, healthy population. So they passed a law and said no hydrofracking, but they also included in that law Rights of nature. Our river has a right to flow. A river has a right to flow with clean water. And this is important to them, and that what the law allows you to do is to guide your behavior. It's a way of governing your behavior, governing the behavior of the people and the industries in your community to benefit the entire community as a whole. It's a practical way to be able to ensure the policy outcomes that we want. So it is important to talk about rights so that we can recognize that what we have is a green economy is not serving all of us. We want green communities, sustainable communities, and we want laws that we be able to effectuate those results. So I would urge you again, talk to your member states, support the rights of Mother Earth, and thank you so much for coming.